If your kitchen remodel feels more like a source of stress than excitement, you're not alone. The overwhelm is real, but there's a way to go from scattered ideas to a plan you can trust. Before you spend thousands or risk costly mistakes. Hi, I'm Andres from Kitchen Planet. Today, I want to talk to homeowners who are feeling buried by all the decisions that come with planning a kitchen remodel. Maybe your phone is full of inspiration photos, but it's still hard to know what should come next. Or maybe every new idea just makes you more anxious about getting something wrong. Let's break down how guided planning can help you organize your thoughts, avoid regret, and move forward with confidence. Picture this. You spent weeks collecting cabinet styles, countertop samples, and layout ideas. But when it comes to time to make a real decisions, the options feel endless, and nothing feels certain enough to move forward. This is a common planning trap. When ideas stay scattered, it is easy to miss a critical detail or approve a plan that doesn't work for your daily life or budget. The risk: expensive change orders, storage regrets, or a kitchen that looks great but feels awkward to use every day. The paralysis of too many choices remodeling your kitchen should feel exciting. It quickly becomes overwhelming. The sheer number of decisions, from cabinet style to countertop material to lighting and appliance selection, can make anyone just freeze up. You might find yourself scrolling through endless inspiration, only to realize you're more confused than when you started. The fear of making a wrong choice, especially with a high ticket item, can be paralyzing. Why so many people get stuck here? It's natural to want your kitchen to be both beautiful and practical. But without a clear process, every option can seem equally tempting or risky. The pressure to get it right often leads to analysis paralysis, where no decision feels safe. Instead of moving forward, you may end up in the endless loop of second guessing, unable to commit to anything. For example, imagine trying to choose a cabinet color you love the look of dark green, but worry it might make your space feel small. On the other hand, white feels safe, but you're afraid it could look sterile or show every single smudge. Without structure, you might keep flipping between options, never feeling confident enough to order. This is how projects stall and why guided planning is so valuable. It brings order to the chaos, helping you narrow options based on your space, light, and lifestyle, so you can move forward without regret. Why scattered inspiration needs a process? Collecting inspiration is a great starting point, but it's not a plan. When ideas are scattered across Pinterest boards, saved Instagram posts, and showroom brochures, it's hard to see how they fit together in your real kitchen. Homeowners often make the mistake of picking features they love in isolation, only to discover later that those choices clash or create logistical headaches. Let's say you fall in love with a farmhouse sink, open shelving, and a bold pattern backsplash. Separately, they look great. Together, they may create storage challenges or visual overload. Or maybe you're drawn to a waterfall countertop edge, but haven't checked if your kitchen's traffic flow leaves enough room for that statement feature. Without a process to filter inspiration through your actual needs, you risk assembling a plan that looks great in your mind but doesn't work in your home. A guided planning process helps you sort inspiration into what's realistic, what fits your space, and what supports your daily routines. It turns a jumble of ideas into a cohesive plan by forcing you to ask, how will these choices work together? Will they fit my lifestyle? Can I maintain them? This step is where many regrets are avoided before money is spent or materials ordered. It's tempting to download a free checklist and start ticking boxes, but not all checklists are created equal. And most don't account for your unique space or priorities. A guided plan goes far beyond a generic list. It's a framework that digs into what matters most for your household, your routines, and your budget. Instead of just picking, instead of just asking if you pick the faucet, it asks you how you use your sink, what storage you need nearby, and know your choices impact the rest of your kitchen. Many homeowners regret relying solely on DIY checklists because they miss the bigger picture. For example, you might check off choose appliances, but not realize that the fridge you pick requires a deeper cabinet or special electrical. Or you might select pendant lights without considering how they illuminate your prep space. A guided plan ideally helps you see the connections and the trade-offs before you're locked in. Imagine sitting down with someone who asks, what's your morning routine? Where do you make coffee? Do you need a pull-out trash near your prep zone? These kinds of questions surface hidden needs and risks. The result is a plan that's tailored, not generic, and much less likely to leave you with regret after moving. One of the most powerful benefits of guided planning is its ability to catch problems before they become expensive. It's easy to get swept up in finishes and colors and forget about clearances, appliance fit, or workflow. But these details can make or break your kitchen experience. Once cabinets are ordered or walls are moved, fixing mistakes can mean thousands in extra costs or weeks of delay. Take appliance fit, for example. If you don't confirm the exact dimensions and door swings of your fridge, oven, and dishwasher, you might end up with drawers that can't fully open or appliances that block each other. Or consider lighting. Skipping a layered lighting plan can leave your beautiful new kitchen with dark spots or harsh glare. Guided planning builds in checks for these issues, so you verify dimensions, clearances, and compatibility before making final decisions. Another common trap is storage regret. Maybe you love the look of open shelving, but haven't mapped out where everyday cookware or pantry items will go. A guided process prompts you to assign a home for everything, reducing clutter and making your kitchen easier to use. By catching these risks early, guided planning saves you from the pain of post-demo surprises and costly change orders. The ultimate goal of guided planning is confidence, the kind that lets you walk into a contractor's meeting with a clear vision, priorities, and a realistic understanding of your kitchen's needs. When you know what you want, what you're flexible on, and where you still need to research, you're in control of the process. This confidence about knowing every answer, about having a roadmap that keeps you on track. Homeowners who skip this step often end up feeling pressured by contractors, swayed by last-minute suggestions, or caught off guard by decisions they didn't anticipate. With a guided plan, you can communicate your goals clearly, ask better questions, and avoid being upsold on features that don't serve your needs. You're less likely to make emotional or rushed choices, and much more likely to end up with a kitchen that truly fits your life. Confidence also means knowing when to pause and clarify rather than pushing ahead just to get the project moving. Guided planning gives you permission to slow down, verify details, and make each decision with intention. The result is a smoother remodel, fewer regrets, and a finished kitchen that works well as it looks. A great kitchen remodel doesn't start with picking products. It starts with understanding your priorities and turning inspiration into a step-by-step plan. Guided planning helps you translate those beautiful images into real decisions by asking the right questions in the right order. What's your must-have? What's a nice-to-have? Where are you willing to compromise? For example, if your inspiration folder is full of marble counters, but you're worried about stains, a guided process can help you find the ways and pros and cons and find alternatives or plan for maintenance. If you love the look of pendant lights, but your ceiling is low, guided planning can help you choose fixtures that give you the effect you want without creating head-bumping hazards. Each step moves you closer to a plan that's both realistic and exciting. Guided planning also organizes your decision-making timeline. Instead of trying to decide everything at once, you can focus on the right choices at the right time. Layout first, then appliances, then cabinets, and finishes. This approach reduces overwhelm and helps you make progress without feeling lost in the details. Can you describe how you want your kitchen to work every day? Not just how you want it to look. This matters because function drives layout, storage, and even finish choices. If you skip this, you risk ending up with a kitchen that looks good but frustrates you in daily use. Think about routines like meal prep, cleanup, and storage. Where do you want everything to happen? And what needs to be within reach? Have you gathered all your inspiration in one place? Then filtered it down to a handful of ideas that actually fit your space and budget? Inspiration overload leads to indecision. By narrowing your ideas, you can spot themes that matter most to you and avoid chasing trends that don't fit your lifestyle. Verify that your top picks work together and suit your real kitchen, not just a showroom. Have you mapped out your storage needs, including where cookware, pantry items, and small appliances will live? Assigning a home for everything reduces clutter and makes your kitchen easier to use. If you skip this, you might end up with crowded counters or hard to reach cabinets. Walk through your daily routines and list what you need. Do you understand how your layout choices affect traffic flow, appliance doors, and work zones? A great looking layout is only successful if it works for everyone moving through the space. Double check that aisles are open wide enough for doors that won't block each other, and prep. Cooking and cleaning zones are connected. This helps prevent bottlenecks and daily frustration. Have you checked how your finish choice looks together in your actual kitchen lighting? Backsplash, cabinet, countertop, and flooring samples can appear different in the showroom versus your home. Test samples in your kitchen at different times of day to avoid coordination regret and make sure everything feels cohesive. Have you listed out the key cost drivers, including materials, labor, product lead times, and contingencies before setting your budget? Knowing what goes into the budget and what's missing helps you avoid surprise expenses that can derail your remodel. Verify that you've included installation, delivery, and any hidden costs like electrical or plumbing. Are you clear on what you want to handle first and where you want expert guidance? Some decisions are easy to make alone, but others benefit from a guided process to avoid missing hidden risk or trade-offs. Be honest about yourself, your comfort level, and don't hesitate to seek support on complex or high-stake choices. Rushing from inspiration to orders without a clear plan, this makes mistakes happen when excitement takes over and the planning step gets stepped in. It's easy to fall in love with look, but miss the practical details that make a kitchen work. Instead, slow down and organize your ideas into a structured plan. Even if it takes a little longer, verify measurements, sample finishes together, and walk through your layout on paper before committing. Ignoring how daily routines shape your storage and workflow. Many regrets come from kitchens that look amazing but are awkward to use. This happens when storage is designed around products, not people. Instead, walk through your everyday tasks and make sure your plan supports them. Assign homes for cookware, trash, and pantry items based on how you actually use your kitchen. Overlooking the impact of lighting on finishes and function, poor lighting planning can make even the nicest material look dull or create shadows where you need to work. Instead, plan for layers of lighting, task ambient and accent, and test your finish samples in your actual kitchen before finalizing. This ensures your space is both beautiful and functional at every hour. Skipping the budget details until after quotes come in, homeowners often wait for contractor estimates before clarifying all the costs. This can lead to sticker shock or scope gaps. Instead, build a detailed budget checklist early so there are fewer surprises. Include installation, delivery, possible upgrades, and contingency for unexpected issues. Trying to do everything alone when guidance would save time and avoid regret. Remodel overwhelm can make it tempting to quit or rush decisions. Instead, reach out for guided help so you can move forward with confidence, not anxiety. Even a single planning session can uncover risk and opportunities you might have missed alone. If you want to turn your inspiration overload into a clear, actionable plan, KitchenPlanIt Concierge offers guide support designed for homeowners at this exact stage. With step-by-step help, you feel confident in your decisions before you spend money on contractors. If you're ready to move on from overwhelm to clarity, join the KitchenPlanIt Concierge interest list. You'll be the first to know when premium guided planning opens for new clients. Take the next step at KitchenPlanIt.net. Thank you, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.